Hey YouTube, this is Team Chaos Overdrive doing a quick Gravekeeper deck profile. So, let's get started. Okay, so there's the Winged Dragon of Ra.
Obviously, that and Tormentor.
Yeah, looking for a Slifer, but that doesn't come out for a while, so. 3 Visionary, Necro Valley, all you need is 1 Gravekeeper in the graveyard, plus the 500 boost from Necro Valley, and got a 2700 beat stick.
Beat stick.
Wow.
Okay, continue.
Invader of Darkness, that's kind of a sub for... Oh, we cannot see that. Okay, yeah. Invader of Darkness, that's a sub for Caius right now, because I need 2 more Caius. If you guys want to trade me for that, PM.
Yeah.
One of my Caius. 3 Gravekeepers. Commandant, because of the fact that if you don't get Necro Valley, it's... It's really good to get Necro Valley in your hand, even if you don't use it right away.
Yeah.
Also, plus the 500 from Necro Valley, it's a 2100. It's not 4-star, so pretty good. 3 Descendant. I really like using this with Chain Whirlwind. All you have to do is tribute 1 Gravekeeper. Chain Whirlwind's effect. 2 cards gone. Spell and Trap Zone anyway. Assailant, you can switch monsters to defense position when before you attack. That way, just in case. Spear Soldier, it's a good card for Assailant. I mean, in combination with Assailant, because if you switch it to defense, you can just inflict piercing damage. Spear. 3 Gravekeeper Spy, good for recruiting your Gravekeeper cards. Not to mention, with the double summon I run in this deck, drop 2 Spies and like a Mirror Force or something, flip them both, you got an Obelisk, a Tormentor, or a Slifer, even a Ra. I don't have Slifer.
I didn't think about that. Okay.
1 Gravekeeper's Guard. To be honest, I'm kind of just keeping that in there till I can get 2 Recruiter. You have one, PM me about that trade. I'm more than happy to trade. Mystic Tomato and Newdoria. Once again, just slots. Mystic Tomato I do like though. Helps for a special summon. Just keep the monsters around. And Newdoria, that's along with Chain Whirlwind as well. You can destroy a monster on the field and get rid of 2 spell or trap cards thanks to Chain Whirlwind. Okay, so that's it for the monsters. Time to move on to spells and traps. 3 Necro Valley.
That's self-explanatory.
Yeah, it locks your opponent's graveyard and gives all your Gravekeepers a 500 boost. And that boosts most of them to either 2,000 or higher. So, pretty good for a first turn. 2 Gravekeeper Stell and or Steel. I don't know if you guys know that. Leave it in the comment section, please. We've been debating about that for like 3 months. Bring your Gravekeepers back from the graveyard if you're not using them for Visionary's effect. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention. Visionary. It gains 200 for every Gravekeeper monster in your graveyard, and as you can tell, there'll be a lot most of the time. Back to the spells. 2 Tribute to the Doomed, helps with the card controlling aspect of the game for this deck. Also, still works really well with the Chain Whirlwind. That's 2 of them. Mystical Space Typhoon destroys a card on the field,
Yet again, Chain Whirlwind.
Gotta get those staples. Gotta get that. Giant Trunade.
Yet another staple.
Really helpful for about anything, to be honest. Double Summon, really helps with spamming the cards. You contribute. And for the Egyptian gods if you put 2 spies. So, yeah. Allure of Darkness. Don't have enough for a Pot of Duality, so I guess this is the next best thing.
Yeah.
And then Book of Moon. I like to use that to reuse Spy's effect.
Yeah, it's like another one. Just another special summon.
Right. Although you do have to wait 1 turn. Take note of that.
Oh yeah, that's true. Okay.
So, there's Bottomless Trap Hole. just good for stopping the opponent.
Good
Nightmare
staple.
Wheel, good for stopping the opponent. It's basically spelled up Binding Circle on steroids with burn damage.
Wow.
2 Dark Illusion, because almost every card in this deck, except for Gravekeeper's Commandant, which is Earth, and the Egyptian God cards, which are Divine attribute, it negates the activation of a spell card, trap card, or equip card. Wow, equip card.
Effect.
Effect monster's effect that targets a dark monster on the field and you can destroy it. And it doesn't necessarily have to be your dark monster either. So, really good for cards in the deck. Chain Whirlwind.
We've been talking about that a lot.
Yeah, enough said at this point.
Yep.
Magic Cylinder. It's really good for your opponent has a high power monster. Just bam right there. Classic cards for the win.
Yep.
Sakuretsu Armor. Stops your opponent's attack. One of those other cards like that in the deck. Scrap Iron Scarecrow.
That's a huge staple right there.
Yeah, stops your opponent's attacks, once per turn. It's really helpful sometimes, considering this deck can be a little bit slow on the setup, but it's, it works really fast with the card control. And then lastly, Mirror Force.
Yeah, huge staple again. Everybody's got to have a Mirror Force.
Although I do wish they wouldn't have put it in the starter deck because of the fact that that's why they limited it. Well, that's my opinion anyway. Hopefully that doesn't happen with Duality that comes in the revised Dragon trend. Let's just pray. Nervous laugh. Okay, so that's the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Rate, comment, subscribe, please. This is a new channel, so we'd really appreciate it. If you want to trade for anything, we'll be putting a binder up in a couple days. So, comments, PM, whatever. And thanks for watching.
Goodbye.